So for all these labs, like the good thing about being in school is that you know for sure that this lab is possible because we did it and we're giving it to you. And same with the project. So in the real world, you can't really know that, but you're guaranteed that the lab is possible to do and that it's possible to do using stuff that you just learned or already knew from a previous week. So thinking about what I said that I would need from the, and I just put it in here in the notes so I wouldn't have to look back at the lab notes. Substring and to uppercase. So thinking about how I might use those two together to get access to the first character and then to uppercase it. So if I want to get access to that first letter, how would I do that? Let me write it in English as I think about it. So get the first letter. I'm sure not going to get the first letter using to uppercase, so how can I do it using substring? Well, I can take a look in the textbook. That would be helpful, and especially because the textbook has an excellent discussion of how to use substring. So substring is something that I can call in a string, and it takes two parameters. The first one is where I want to start the substring, and the second one is one past where I want to end it. So to get the first letter, I would start with that first name, and I would call substring. And then I would pass a 0 because I want to start at the beginning, and pass a 1 because I want to just go right up until the second letter, which is at index 1. Now I can uppercase it. First letter gets first letter, that to uppercase. The string, the book mentions that strings are immutable, meaning you can't change them using one of these methods. So what first letter to uppercase does is it actually returns an uppercase version. It doesn't change first letter here. It just returns a new version. So if you want to set that new uppercase version back into first letter, this would be how you would use it. The rest of the word, I don't want to uppercase, so now that I have the first letter in uppercase, it would be nice to just tack on the rest of the original string to it, like, minus the first letter of it. So string rest of letter, or rest of word, would be that first word, but everything starting at the second letter, and then just continuing until the end. So if I just want to go to the end, I don't have to put another argument here at the end. And then I could reassemble it. So that was the first letter. Uppercase it. And then this one was get the rest of the word in its original case, skipping the first letter. And then reassemble the word by saying first equals first letter plus rest of word. So that's my idea. And this is a really long way to write it. It's not wrong to write it this way, it's probably longer than I would write it, but this way you can see the individual steps. Now at this point, first should have changed from what it originally was to what it is now, and if I print this out, it will look exactly as it did before, except that the first word is fixed up to be capitalized. So let's have a look at that. Yep, there's that first capitalized letter, and then the rest of them we haven't done yet. So in the next video, I'll continue with second and third words.